5-yard line. The crowd is up, and it's a big one. The balloons will go up when Winder-Barrow puts his foot into it, and we're underway. High kick coming down to Johnson, back it up at about the 5-yard line. Looking for some blocks, and he's going to get hit and thrown inside his 20-yard line, close to the 13. Billings, Overstreet, Mack, Jeff Bryan, Raymond Gaither came up out of the pile down there.
It's a good positive way to start off the football game. Puts them inside their own 15-yard line. But one of the keys in talking with Coach Jones is it feels like if Hart County has a weakness, it's in their punting game, their kicking game, and we're going to put a lot of pressure on that tonight. But first of all, we got to shut them down and put them in that situation.
Stowers will be your quarterback, Spezio Stowers. Johnson is his leading running back, and he sets his back in a pro set behind it. Sends a tight end in motion across the back. Now he stops on the side of the formation. Long snap count. He's going to take it, come on the corner on an option. Spezio Stowers looking to run. He dropped the football. He dropped the football on the 20-yard line. It's rolling loose. Let's see who got it. Officials calling time and unpiling. Let's see. The ball came out of the pile. And apparently Hart County will retain possession.
Okay, we had 3 or 4 young men just inches away from recovering that. That would have been a tremendous way to start the football game for us. But, you know, it's going to be one of those nights where big breaks are going to be far and few. We got to take advantage of what we can get.
Gain of 8 after the fumble because the ball squirted forward 4 or 5 yards. Second down and short for Hart County at their own 22-yard line. Stowers sends a man wide to his right. And the tight end on the right also. Backs in a pro set. He looks over a Bulldog front. He's going to take it, give it on an option play to his tailback. Johnson breaks one tackle, gets across the 25 and gets hit hard. Charles Franklin put him on his back. And Brad Bender in there too to put him down, but he may have first down yardage. Let's see. And to get to the 24-yard line, it'll be close. And the officials will take time to measure it. Now they say it's a first down. Chain gang is manned by officials tonight, not volunteers from the crowd like usual. First down for Hart County. That's just short of the 25-yard line where they mark it now. Early in the first quarter, Hart County won the toss and elected to take the football. Stowers brings them out. Same formation, got men wide to both sides. Tight end on his right. He's going to take and give it to the tailback, Johnson. He gets the seam over there. Lets it go in the middle across the 50. In, missed the tackle at the 45, the 40, the 35, the 30. Brad Bender's going to chase him and pull him down at the dog 18-yard line.
Henry, that right there is a good example of the big play potential that Hart County possesses. Without a doubt, number 26, Johnson, is the fastest man on this football field tonight, barring anyone. So, you know, we just really got to make sure that we make the tackles that we have on him. I think we had a few missed tackles there, but our defense has played well all year, and they got to do it right here.
They got to stand up and get back in this thing now. Johnson tailback in an I formation with a slot to the right of Stowers. Big gain on that play. Stowers going to take it, cut down the line, look for some room, and they wrap him up after about a yard. Overstreet from the linebacker spot. Davis, the middle guard, got him. Gain of about a yard as he tried to cut back in on the option play. It'll be second down and 9 from the Bulldogs, 16.5.
Tell you, if we could shut it down, 2 things would happen here. Number 1, it'd be a boost for our football team, our defensive football team. And number 2, it really put Hart County down because they were in this situation last week early against Stevens County and failed to score.
Stowers brings them up. The crowd on their feet saying defense. Back to pass from Stowers. He's got a man in the flat. He hits him. And Vince Suggs hits the man right at about the 15 to 14-yard line. They pick up about 3 on the play. David Donald split in was the receiver. Give him 2.5, 3 yards. They mark it at the 14. It'll be third down and 6. Secondary, it's Davis at corner. Bender is playing safety. Suggs at the other corner. Gaither's in there at the linebacker spot now, along with Overstreet, Bryant, and Baggett. Spratlin and Foskey are the ends. Davis and York are the down linemen. Fizio keeps it himself. Look for room. Got close to the 10-yard line. Let's see.
4th and 2 situation here. Let's go ahead and let you call this play, Henry.
4th down and 2. And this could be major for the whole ball game. I wouldn't call it. I'd retire. Playoff game early. They come down the field from their own 13 or 14. Most of it on Johnson's 50-yard run, 50-yard plus run, about 57 on that one.
Well, you know, a good football coach won't hesitate, of which he didn't. He's made his decision and made his call. And it's a big football play.
4th down and a short 2 at the 10. They got to get across the 8. Towers got to keep it himself. Cut in. He's got close to first down yardage. Let's see. Bender cut him down, but I think he got it. He got nearly the 6. First down, Hart County. 1st and goal.
We had a missed tackle there. Didn't get the proper pursuit angle out of our middle people, and great athlete. Did exactly what we felt like he could do and hoped that he won't do very often tonight.
1st and goal for the Hart County Bulldogs on the Winder-Barrow 6. First possession of the ball game. Stowers brings them up with an eye. 2 men wide. Bulldog crowd chants defense. He hands it to a running back going up the middle. Touchdown. Tony Rucker. 6 yards and a touchdown, and Hart County goes on top at 7:35 in the first quarter.
Well, that's exactly what you don't want to happen when you're a home football team and get the visitors down early and usually pays big dividends. But we've been here before, Hendry. And,
been here before. Hart County has been here before, too. We got to add on the kick Shane Bowers. We'll try to put the Hart County Bulldogs on top 7-0. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 7:35 left in the first quarter of tonight's game. Hart County 7, Winder-Barrow nothing. Let's hear this. Bowers will kick it off for the Hart County. Walter Hush and Darrell Wells back deep to receive. First quarter of action. First quarter of tonight's game brought in part by Graham Cleaners of Winder. 7:35 left in that quarter. The Hart County Bulldogs scored an 87-yard drive on their first possession. Sailing kick, going to bounce off of Hush's knee, picked up by Wells at about the 14. Darrell Wells looking for running room as he crosses the 25 to 26, maybe the 27-yard line before they finally get Darrell out, and the Dogs' offense comes on. Have to establish ourselves early, Ron. It will be important to prove to Hart County we can do to them what they can do to us.
Surely this is a very important offensive series for us. Not a must-score situation, but obviously we need to be successful early.
Billy Jones brings him out with an eye. He's got a wing to his right, a split back to the left. And they hand it to Spratlin looking for room in the middle, and he won't get much.
Henry, Hart County has perhaps the best defensive football team in the region. And I think last week the 28-0 score was not indicative of that type of defense. And if we could score early on them, maybe we could do something with their defense. They do not need to get happy.
2nd down and 9. Spratlin gained a yard on the play. Slot now to the left of Philly Jones. He barks out signals at the line, trying to keep it himself, and they smother him behind the line of scrimmage back at the 25-yard line. And they're getting happy right now.
It's going to put us in a 3rd and long situation, and you don't want to put your offensive football team in that position, but Philly Jones has come on and done a good job for us the latter part of the season. He's got an excellent throwing arm, and we can hit the big play with the pass, and got some people out there capable of doing the job once they catch it.
Brookshire, or rather Oliver, wide to this side. Jones going to hand it to Spratlin. Charles Spratlin going to crack back close to the 27, 28-yard line. Conservative call there. And it'll set up a 4th down, and Bender will come on to punt. Brad has got to live up to his season-long abilities tonight.
Well, just like to say that was a conservative call, but a very good call there by Coach Jones. He really took the attitude there, hey, we don't need to make a mistake early and give them the ball inside our 20 or 30-yard line. Let's kick it away and let our strong defense set the tone and stop them and get the ball back to the offense.
Hart County has Russell Blackwell back deep. Low snap. Bender gets it, gets his wobbly kick up. Almost hits a Hart County player, almost hits the Winder-Barrow player and bounces around, and they'll down it at the 50-yard line. Not a very long punt, 26-yarder there by Bender. Hart County will have it for the second time. Let's take a break. 5:21 left in the quarter. Rick's Home Furnishings, your GE dealer in Winder. First and 10 at midfield. Stowers brings them out in an I. And split wide to each side. And he's going to take a timeout to talk it over with his coach. Saw something about the play call and the defense call he didn't like, and he'll talk it over. Hart County. First down for Hart County. He's got two men wide out to the right of Stowers. He's got an eye behind him, and he's going to take it and give to a fullback coming across the middle to the 44-yard line.
Number 25 there.
Perez Rucker on the carry. He'll get close to 5.5, nearly 6 inside the Bulldog 45-yard line.
That's a good first down play for the Hart County Bulldogs. You know, we said it all year long. You know, second and short is great for an offense. Third and long is terrible. You know, and they're in a good position here and got a diversified offense, and no telling what kind of play they'll come up with.
Stowers splits his backs up. He got men wide to each side. He's going to come give to the fullbacks. Charles Spratlin hit him right in the middle of the field, and Johnson will be thrown for about a yard loss at the 45.
Those are the kind of plays that will turn the momentum around, and you know, Charles made a good first hit there and followed in there by Overstreet and a gang of Bulldogs, and that's exactly what we need to do. We need to get to the football, run to the football, and hit these Hart County backs. And when they go in at halftime, they need to say, hey, you know, this ain't what I thought it was going to be.
Third down, 9-5 at the 45 of the Bulldogs. Stowers has an eye on the slot right. He's going to step back, look to throw it out in the flat, off the fingertips of the man diving out there, trying to hit Darrell Rucker, and it falls incomplete. Fourth down coming up, and the Bulldog defense holds.
Just exactly what the doctor ordered right there, and now we can get the football back, and our offense needs to move it and get a few first downs, and there again, we're not into a must-score situation, but we need to establish something offensively and keep our defense off the field.
And the Dogs load up like they're going to come after the punter. Bender's back deep, and they come. Almost got it. Milton Hester reaching for it, didn't quite get it. Gets off a good punt, a good roll inside the 20, now cutting sideways, and they'll down at about the 18-yard line.
That's exactly what Coach Jones said that he felt like we could do and needed to do. And if we get that kind of penetration all night long, we're going to block one for the night's over. Milton
Hester was crashing in there, reaching for it, and just came short. Second offensive possession for the Dogs at their own, call it the 17-yard line. Billy Jones puts Jackson wide to his left with Rico Mack in the slot, and they give it to Wells, the fullback, and he's going to crack across the 20 and up to the 21.
You know, the casual observer would not notice this tonight, and if you look, we have a change in our center situation, although I believe our starting center's back in there. He sure is.
Lackey's
a big kid. We replaced him with a smaller kid and felt like we couldn't trap. Now Lackey's back in there to trap that 3-technique tackle.
Jones hands it again to Wells. A flag goes down. Let's see what this is. They may be getting derailed for those quick starts again.
Without a doubt, you know, that's the only call, basically, that official will make that quick.
While they talk over the penalty, let's look at the lineman and try to spot who's...
It won't be his last game, but it's glad to see him back, regardless of the outcome.
Penalty puts the ball back at the 16, second and 11. Jones is going to take it, step back, going to try to hit Maddox coming out, and they throw a flag as Maddox had to play defense. Hart County was defending, almost intercepting over here. Got him up around the headgear. Let's see what the call is.
This is definitely not what we need to do here offensively. Mistakes are putting us into a deeper and deeper hole. Something big's got to happen here for the Bulldogs. Something big has got to happen.
They talk it over with Hart County. The flag was thrown about 7 or 8 yards downfield across the 20 to about the 23. 20, they got to go to the 27. Brookshire comes in, Maddox comes out. Winder-Barrow dogs are in a hole. 2:14 in the first quarter. Hart County 7, Winder-Barrow nothing. Jones has an eye, one man wide to his left. They give it to Charles Spratlin. Charles Spratlin out to the 20-yard line.
He was one man away from possibly going the distance. Although those Hart County athletes, they may have walked Charles down, but they'd have had to do something besides arm tackling when they caught him.
16, 17-yard gain on the play. No, let's back it up, say 13 yards. They put it inside the 20. It'll be 3rd down and 6 or 7. Changes the picture a little bit. Spratlin broke one for some yardage. 3rd down and big play. The crowd gets up and they hand it to Spratlin. No, Jones keeps it. No, they didn't get it. I thought Philly had it. But they ride Spratlin there. And it'll bring up 4th down as Charles couldn't get away. A big end over here, number 88, Tony Cooey. A defensive lineman that the colleges are looking at. He's big.
But he's definitely, I think that's the one they said has committed to the University of Georgia. So I guess that makes you happy, Hendry. I know it makes your brother happy.
Well, I would assume he would go ahead and commit there and not be here tonight. Bender will punt from inside his 5. It's a good snap. The rush is on, and he gets it off the side of his foot under the rush. The ball's going to take a good bounce across the 50 and roll down in Hart County territory at about the 42-yard line.
I tell you, that was an awful big roll right there for us. It kind of pushes them back and gets them in their end of their territory, although they still have excellent field position. A quick 3-play and out situation here for our defense would really help the situation for our offense.
Bender's punt after the roll, about 37, 38 yards. We're under a minute down to 44 seconds and rolling in the first quarter. Stowers brings him out in an eye. He splits men out everywhere. Every time he comes out, he's got them split to both sides. Going to give it to Johnson, his tailback, looking for some room, and he gets some up near midfield, 6 or 7 yards.
Well, I saw something there that you don't like to see, but their offensive lineman got up under our pads of our defensive linemen and definitely won the line of scrimmage. And we can't have that happen. Those great backs, Johnson and Stowers, if you give them an opportunity to get 3 or 4 yards downfield and use that athletic ability, we're in a heap of trouble and in a hurry.
2nd down, 2 or 3 yards. The ball nearly at midfield, and the quarter's going to end right there. That's the end of the first quarter. Second quarter, rather to get underway. Hart County has it 2nd down and short as they try to get the chain stretched out to where they were. The ball just short of midfield. They took the opening drive, 87 yards for a touchdown with a 57-yard run by Johnson, setting it up. And they've been in command of field position ever since. Stowers takes it, gives it to the 2nd man through, and Johnson will cross the Bulldog 45 to 44, easy 1st down yardage. And again, we didn't control the surge at the line of scrimmage, right?
No, they're winning the battle up front, and you know that's something that'll win a lot of football games for you. And you know, our defense is gonna have to make some adjustments, but you know, basically we're just not getting off the football like we normally do, and you know, we're gonna have to turn this thing around and give it back to our offense in a little short time right here, and we're gonna get back in it.
Early, 2nd quarter, 7-0 Hart County. Stowers got a slot to his left this time. Johnson, the tailback of the eye, Donald, the up back. He's going to take, and he's going to keep it himself. No, he gave it to the fullback, Donald, and he crossed the 40 to the 39 before Gaither tripped him up. And he's slick with the ball handling, too. Pick up of about 4.5, close to 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5. The Hart County Bulldogs are driving.
Tell you what, Henry, Coach Jones said something to me today that was really interesting. He said that Hart County did a lot of things well, had a diversified offense, and it was really hard to prepare for them in a short period of time, whereas our offense is somewhat basic. So we're having trouble picking some of these things up early.
Pro set, split backs. Stowers keeps it himself, and they knock him down at the 37, a couple of yards. Spratlin and Suggs and Overstreet. Baggett. give him a yard and a half. The 3rd down and 4. At the 37.5, 38-yard line, 10.5 minutes in the second quarter. The second quarter of tonight's game being brought to you in part by Dale and Glenda Overstreet, parents of number 33. 3rd down and 4. Stowers got an I formation. Wide outs to both sides. Now he puts one in motion. Going to take it, pitch it to a tailback, looking for room, and he's got room on the corner. A good block. They knock Suggs down. Baggett misses him. Down the sideline goes Rucker. And let's see if he got in there. Touchdown. Tony Rucker, 37 yards and a touchdown. He got a block on the corner on Ben Suggs. They sealed off the inside pursuit.
We got out-athleted on the corner, and, you know, that don't surprise me because, you know, obviously they've got the speed on us, and we're just going to have to do a better job on the line of scrimmage and try to control that situation. And we've been down 14-0 before, and we just got to keep plugging away, and something good's going to happen before this football game's over for the Winder-Barrow Bulldogs.
Bowers will try to put it up to make it 14. Snap this down, the kick is up. And the kick is good. 10 minutes and a second left in the second quarter. Hart County 14, Winder-Barrow 0. We'll be back with more after this. Bowers set to kick it off again. Hush and Wells deep again for Winder-Barrow. Winder-Barrow down 14-0 here in the second quarter against a very tough Hart County team. Bowers' kick sails a little high and short, and Wells going to take it at about the 10, looking for running room. Darrell Wells gets hit and hit hard about the 25, cracks up to close to the 27-yard line. Trying to set up a blocking wall over there, and Wells couldn't get anything, and then Hart County sealed it off.
Big offensive series here, and we're going to talk about that all night long because we've dug ourselves a hole, Hendry, and you know, we've talked about the character of our kids all year long, and we're going to fight hard, and we're going to find a way to get back in this football game.
You don't get to be 9-1 and champions without having the chance to come back, and here they come. Philly Jones brings them out with an I formation. Wade Jackson wide to one side. They hand it to Spratlin, got a little hole across the 30 up to about the 31-yard line. Hole opened up and then closed up real quickly. Spratlin will get close to 4 yards, call it to be 2nd and 6. Griffith comes in with a play from the bench. Griffith will come wide to the left. Mack in a slot on the left. And they're going to give straight pitch to Spratlin, looking for room on the corner. They string it out. Charles breaks a couple and maybe gets a yard. Good defensive play by the Hart County secondary as they came out and kept stringing it out so Charles couldn't get turned upfield with any strength.
And we need to get Spratlin on the corner with shoulder pads turned upfield and where he could run over some people. As long as he's running laterally, they got a good shot on him. And good technique tackling to shut down any running back. If we can get him turned upfield, he is a force that is very tough to reckon with.
Brookshire comes in at wide receiver. He's wide to the right this time. Hart County shows blitz, and he's going to try to loop one up there to Andy Brookshire, and it's, let's see, out of bounds. It's incomplete. Almost intercepted over there. As Russell Blackwell, I think, had the angle on the ball before Brookshire could get to it. They tried to loop it over there to him. Incomplete, going out of bounds.
Henry, I think that defensive series right there, especially that last play, is indicative of what we're going to have to deal with. Hart County with a 14-0 lead, they sent 8 people. They're in a situation where they can gamble 14 points up.
And they're going to say you're going to have to pass if you want to get by us. High snap, Bender gets it down, gets off a good kick this time, coming down to Fuchs at about the 35. One man missed it, and he's got a blocking wall. We got a clip right in front of official that didn't call it, and he's down the sideline, and now the flags come out.
He got it. Yes, sir, we got a clip right there, and we're going to put it back. I've got another flag down here.
I think it's a double clip situation here. The guy clipped Tyrone Billings about 2 feet from the official.
And you wonder if they'll give us 30 yards.
It's not Athens Association. I don't think they will. Now, Athens Association would give you 30 yards. They'd knock it 15 one way and 25 the other or something. But Earl Fales would make up a rule to cover the situation. They talk it over. Clipping against Hart County. That will bring it back.
Going to change the balls there.
Crowd calling for defense as the officials change footballs and get Hart County's ball in there. They're basically the same. It's just the team owns one. Slot formation. Stowers left. He's going to take it. He's going to come up and try to throw it. He's got a man open at the 45. The ball pops loose and the Dogs are going to recover. And now the officials are saying he's down. Oh, no. Oh, no. The man was standing up and the ball came out and they gave him a first down at the 46-yard line. They may not be Athens Association, but they just matched some horrible call for horrible call that time. The guy was still standing up and the ball came out.
That was a terrible call. I'm not going to say anything about the officials. My dad told me at an early age, if you can't say anything good, don't say anything at all. So I'm not going to say anything
about him. Okay. Hart County gets to keep it. First down at their own 46. Stowers hands it to Johnson, and they swarm him at about the 47.
You know, maybe this will fire him up. You know, Steve Power, our trusty cameraman over here, comes in with an insight, you know. Probably got it from the truck, though.
Yeah. The director back in the truck somewhere. Second down and 9 coming up for Hart County. And it certainly got the crowd fired up and irritated. The man was still standing and still trying to move, and the ball popped out, and they gave him down and a first down. Second down and 9. Stowers going to take it, pitch it to Johnson, the running back. Elihu Foskey missed him in the backfield, and Johnson's going to get close to first down yardage in Bulldog territory, about the 44. Gaither made the stop. And they marked the ball at the 45.5. It'll be third down and short. You got to get to the 43. .616 and rolling. As Hart County, Stowers looks over to his bench to get his play from head coach Bobby Pate. And now Hart County takes and gets a time. Stowers went to his bench, got some information on third and short. And now they hold for Isaiah Berry, who's been out there talking to the defense to get off the field. And now we got a problem with David Baggett's helmet. And they'll take him off and put Darrell Wells in there. Gary Collins, the manager, will try to fix it. They take it and they hand it to a man, and they pitch it to Johnson going outside, and he's close to first down yardage. Let's see.
Stay home, dude.
It'll depend on where they get the spot. Ran right at the chain. Of course, the chain had to move. And they give him a first down. A right-footed spot. First down and 10, Hart County.
This is a big series for us. You know, we can't afford to get 3 touchdowns down. If we do, we got to do something about it anyway, but this is a big series for us.
First down for Hart County at the Dog 42. Man in motion, comes back this side. He gives it to a fullback on a cross buck and across the 35 to the 33-yard line.
That's a very hard play to defense. That's a fake toss sweep and then just jamming into that fullback on a trap block. And they've been real successful at Hart County over the past 2 or 3 seasons running that football play.
David Donald, who carried the ball for 9 yards, will go out now on second down and 1. Clock at 5:23 and rolling in the second quarter. Hart County up 14-0. Stowers looks over, and he's going to take back the pass. He's looking deep, got a man going down the sideline. Vince Suggs covering, the ball's out of bounds. Incomplete. Somebody put Stowers on the seat of his britches, which may help too. Third down now and short for Hart County. They had a short yardage situation and tried to go deep.
Hey, you know, just looking at that play develop, Spezio missed the open receiver. We were very lucky there. The guy on the post route seemed to be wide open there, Andrew. But, you know, I'm glad that that was the situation, and he didn't decide to throw it that way.
He pretty much had one guy in his sights all the way. And they had him covered. Third down and short. I formation, the Dogs creeping up with the linebackers. Spezio's going to take it, pitch it to Johnson, and he gets first down yardage, and Johnson's down the sideline inside the 10, and they knock him out of bounds at about the 2. Again, we missed him on the containment, and they got blocks on the corners, and now Johnson's got them close. First and goal now about the 2-yard line. We're at 4:56.
Well, we're 2 yards away from putting ourselves in a very bad situation, but you know what? In a big football game, anything can happen, and you know our football team needs to get a break. Hopefully, we might get a fumble here, but if they do get in the end zone, we've got to do something offensively to get back in it.
First and goal for Hart County on the 2. Stowers is going to give it to the fullback, Donald, and he's in for the touchdown. 20-0. And Bowers comes on to try to kick his third extra point. And how big will that missed call by the officials at midfield be before this thing's over with? Instead of changing possession, Hart County keeps it and drives it for a score. And a long snap, high snap, and they're going to try to run for it. Now you're going to try to throw for it in the end zone. Let's see. Incomplete, and the extra point fails. 4:52 left in the first half tonight's game. Let's hear from our friends from the city of Winder. Be back with more after this. The crowd comes up for Bowers' kickoff. And we've seen too many of these guys kick it off tonight. Bush and Wells back deep. 20-0. Hart County out of the blocks early on the Winder-Barrow. Sailing kick coming down to Wells. He's going to take it at about the 7 or 8. Trying to look for some blocking up this sideline. Runs into a man and cracks him down after he crosses the 30 to 32-yard line.
Henry, it's important that we go ahead and do something offensively here. You know, a score would put us back in it, but you know, we need something positive to happen to our football team going in that locker room. It's somewhat of a necessity that we make something happen.
Jason Wiley brings out the offense this time. Lackey is center, Adamson, Dillinger guard, Roski, and Sarles the tackles. And they hand it to Wells, trying to come in behind him, and he'll sneak in for a yard maybe. And they have defensed us. They have somebody crashing in wherever Charles Spradlin goes. So no, we need him to get something to get the offense going. Oliver comes in, Maddox comes out with the play. It's going to be 2nd and 9 3/4. The clock down to 4 minutes in the quarter. He's going to throw a tight end up to Rico Mack, complete at about the 42-yard line. And if Hart County wasn't offsides that time, they lined up in our backfield, and it's legal for them to. But we'll take the completed pass. It's close to first down yardage, but not quite. We'll bring up a 3rd and short. And they try to back Hart County up. They may decide to measure, and they do.
They've walked 11 guys up.
They've got everybody within 3 or 4 yards of the line of scrimmage. They have nobody.
If we could break this, now he's backing up.
Now a safety man backs off, and they try to hand it to man in the backfield, and they crack him behind the line of scrimmage. And they keep hitting him, and they won't let him go, and they just let him drive him back. And Hart County is dancing, and the Dogs can't move it.
You definitely have to punt this ball here. Play it by the way the game's going here, and just hope that we can get a break, maybe through a fumble or something. And you know, we got a break there on that last drive, and a bad call, you know. But that's football. That's sports. You're gonna get some bad calls, and we got to make something happen here.
Bender back to receive. He gets the snap, and he slips down, but the punt goes off pretty good. Welsh is going to take it back to 27, and he tries to get out, and they pin him down right there. Billings and Mack and Darrell Wells, the initial hitters. And Bender slipped down trying to kick that ball, and that part of the field is beginning to look a little slick out there. Hart County has it first down from their own 27-yard line, and this is probably their worst field position since the opening possession they had when they got it on their own 13. Under 3 minutes and rolling in the half. Winder-Barrow down by 20. Trying to come alive in this football game, and Hart County is trying to nail the coffin lid shut. Stowers brings them out and in wide to each side, the backs in an eye. He's going to take and pitch it to Johnson, the tailback, and he's hit and thrown back in the backfield. Baggett, I believe. David Baggett made the stop. They didn't get David blocked out that time, and he was able to make the stop for a 1.5 yard loss back to the 25. Chris Savage, and that gimpy ankle, is out there trying to play safety man, moving Bender back to the corner. The Dogs trying to shore up the defense. Stowers looks over the defensive front and takes it, and he hands it to a tailback, Rucker. Rucker up across the 30 and up to the 33-yard line. Pick up of 6 or 7 on the play. The ball handling is slick and smooth, and Hart County just keeps chunking up yardage. They've got a 3rd down and 3 or 4 with 1:35 left in the quarter, and the Dogs need to stop them once in this half. They made them punt 1 time, and 3 other times they've scored. 3rd down, 3.5 or 4. They're at the 32. They got to get to the 37. Stowers going to come up, hit a man that wide open out in the flat, and the officials may have given us an assist as he got in his way, and they bring him down at the 49, 1st down yardage.
Again, a big 3rd down play by Hart County, and they continue to dominate this football game, and I'm a little bit surprised. Make some adjustments, you know. Hopefully we can pull this thing out in the 2nd half.
Clock down to 1.5 minutes. Stowers hit Vickery that time, who is usually his favorite receiver. Now he's going to throw it to Rucker out in the flat. He dances around, one man misses him, but Bryant held him up long enough that the pursuit could catch up. As Foskey and Overstreet and Chris Savage drove Rucker back. Loss of 2 or 3 on that play. And Hart County will go without a huddle. Stowers is looking over to his bench, getting a play call. And now he's under the center with 28 seconds left. Calling an audible at the line. And back to pass. And he's got some men open over the middle. Overstreet tips it. And let's see, almost intercepted but couldn't quite. Alan Overstreet from the linebacker spot, backing up into the coverage like he should. Got a hand on the ball. Incomplete pass, stops it. 16 seconds.
Hey, that's just an indication of how close we've been tonight in this 1st half, and you know, we're going to build on that from a positive standpoint in the 2nd half, and just say, hey, those breaks are going to go our way. That missed extra point looms awful big, you know. 21-20 sounds pretty good to me, Henry.
The Dogs trying to get back in it. You know, Hart County fumbled on the first play, and we couldn't quite fall on it. And now he's got a man in motion going across the middle. And that's Vickery, and that's his favorite receiver. And he's trying to go for Vickery, and he's going to be held off the ball. Great coverage by Brad Bender out there. He wouldn't let Vickery break back across the middle. And it'll bring up a 4th down with 10 seconds left.
Well, that guy's moving, man. Let's see.
They're discussing something.
The officials are talking about something. I don't think the officials are like me. I don't remember what was wrong, but something wasn't right about the way they set that offensive formation up.
He called it.
And they didn't throw a flag, but they called it.
Yeah,
illegal motion.
The guy jumped. I see him jump.
Actually, I think They put a man in motion and they didn't set him, and then they sent another man in motion almost at the same time. And I'm not sure. Well, it's a 5-yard penalty or a 4th down. I think we'll probably take the play and bring up the 4th down. Nope, they're going to take the penalty. Nope, no, they're not. One official acted like he's going to walk with it. Let's see. Bring up 4th down. The ball is at the 46, 47 of Hart County.
Henry, we don't need to go in the real estate business because our speculation this year has not been too good.
You're right. I could corner the market on pumpkins that outlaw Halloween. They pitch it to Rucker, the tailback, looking for some room, and somebody grabbed him and he slides down as he crosses the 50, and they'll stop the clock on the change of possession with 4 seconds left.
Coach Jones is going to utilize the timeout here and just try for the big play.
It's a good football team. They've come a long way, and they can still get back in this thing. The ball is at the Winder-Barrow 48.5. Wiley, your quarterback, goes back to pass. He's going to get snowed under. No chance to get it off. And the half ends right there in a little extracurricular activity, but that's the end of the first half of tonight's ball game. The score, Hart County 20, Winder-Barrow 0. Halftime brought to you tonight by Evans Jewelback. More football after. Ready to get underway with the second half. Stowers will kick it off. Excuse me, Bowers will kick it off. Then the Stowers doesn't do everything. He does enough. Sailing kick going to bounce and be picked up by Foskey. Elihu Foskey got tackled by one man, spun him down back about the 29 as he was dancing, trying to look for a way to go. Winder-Barrow will have it 1st and 10, closer to their 28-yard line where they marked the ball. 28.5, call it 1st and 10. We didn't have a 1st down in the first half of action as the Dogs just did not execute like they need to. Came in here after a great season, and I think the nerve factor may have played a big factor in that first half. Philly Jones, the quarterback, puts a slot to his right, and we jump way offside. Brent Dixon, the tight end, jumped the snap count.
Not the way you need to start the second half when you're behind 20-0. But that was I guess, if there's such thing as a good mistake. He was hustling, ready to go, and just jumped the gun a little early.
Was indeed an aggressive mistake. 5-yard walk-off, 1st and 15 now. And with the 20-0 score, the crowd is out of it. As far as the Winder-Barrow is concerned, they need to do something to get the fans back in it. Jones is going to pitch it to Spratton. No blocking. Tries to get outside. Stiffs arms the man. Turns upfield. And Charles Spratton will get 7 or 8. Well, give him 13 or 14 yards. After the penalty. He's across the 35, nearly to the 37.
Just what we talked about in the first half. If we can get him on the corner, turned upfield, he's a very difficult person to bring down. And made a point to talk to Charles during halftime. Went down to the locker room, and you know, Charles still had that fight in his eyes. And you know, I said 21-20. He just kind of smiled like, hey, that's what we're going to do.
2nd down and 1 or 2 coming up. Jones going to take it, and he gets hit, and the ball pops loose. He's trying to throw a pass, and it's still rolling on the ground, and Spratton will recover back close to the 30, inside the 30, close to the 25. And a flag on the play. And Tyrone Billings indicates it's against Hart County.
2 flags.
2 flags, and now we got an unsportsmanlike conduct call on Hart County too. And they got Big Tony Cooey, that defensive lineman.
That's the kind of break you need when you're behind. And that, I'm gonna speculate again. I would think they would penalize them, and then the dead ball foul go on the end of that, Henry.
Personal foul against Hart County. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Hart County. So we will get a 30-yarder this time.
We got one of those against us last year.
Yes. And they'll go back and pick up the football. Philly Jones got hit before he could get anything off. And the play on Jones was nothing to do with the penalties. The personal foul was somebody hit a man in the secondary way away from the play, and the unsportsmanlike conduct was a comment by one of the Hart County defenders. And it took a penalty to do it, but now we finally got a 1st down.
Well, you know, you just when you're in the situation we're in, you're just looking for anything to give you that spark. And hey, if we can put 6 points on the board, we're back in this football game, and anything can happen, Hendrick.
Well, they only gave us 15 yards on the penalty. But
there goes my speculation again.
Oh well, it's still first down at the Hart County 44. And now the official on this side says timeout because the chain gang had a second down over there. Now you hire professional guys to run the chain and they make a mistake. First down, they give to Spratlin and he's going to get stood up. He breaks a couple of tackles and bounces off, and now they're going to drive him way back out of bounds. And a flag goes down late out of bounds. And Coach Jones steps into the pile to keep his Bulldog players from getting involved. And I think they're just going to call, I think Cooey just got thrown out of the game. Number 88 just got another word from the official because he made some kind of remark and waved his hand at him. No, they didn't throw him out, but it's a personal foul against Hart County. And now Coach Bobby Pate wants to take a timeout, and he will. Because he wants to talk to the official. Officials are going to talk it over. Hart County is charged with a timeout. It is, they call it second down and about 2 inches at the Hart County 33.5-yard line. Billy Jones back to pass, running for his life, and he's going to be thrown back behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of about 8 or 9. And his father on the sideline is very angry. He just kicked the turf and swung his arms around, and it's going to bring up third down now and 10. He tried to step back and throw a quick hitter, couldn't get it, and then he was overwhelmed. He didn't have time to look downfield or anything else. So it's third down and 10, the ball back on the 43-yard line, and that could have killed what the officials had started as an offensive drive for us because of a couple of penalties. They pitch it to Spratlin. He's going to get 5, 6, or 7 yards. The ball bounces out, and let's see. No, they're going to call him down. They've got to call him down after that play in the first half when Hart County's man was standing up and running and dropped the ball, and they called him down. But it'll still bring up fourth down at the 38 to 39-yard line. Fourth down and 4 or 5, and Coach Jones is talking to Wade Jackson. The punting unit has not gone on. We'll have to hurry with the play here. The Dogs are going to go for it. Fourth down and about 5 from the Hart County 39-yard line. And yes, we do need to do something fast to get back in the ball game, and being aggressive is part of that. 9:27 early in the third quarter, but we're down by 20. Jones will give it to Wells, the fullback, and oh man, it's going to be close. Lackey says it's a first down, as does Watkins and Sorrows, but now let's see what the officials say. Darrell Wells got real close to that yard marker. It will again depend on where they spot the ball, and it is a first down.
Very, very big first down, Hendrick.
A huge first down. We got that one ourselves. The penalties didn't give it to us. We went down there and got it. First down at Hart County's 34, 33 and 3/4. 20-0 Hart County on top. They dominated, totally dominated the first half. They came out in the second half a little sassy and a little cocky, and the officials hit them with a couple of penalties. And now we got the ball, and they give it to Wells again. Wells breaking tackles as he crossed the 20 to the 30 to the 27-yard line of it. And the fullback part of that option is beginning to show signs of working a little bit.
Well, you know, I think Coach Jones at halftime went in and was real positive with our players and just reminded them what got us where we are tonight, and that we are a good football team, and if we went out and executed our game plan, we could win this football game, and a score here would put us in that direction.
Second down and about 5, 5.5 at the 27. And Wells takes it again. Darrell Wells, 6 or 7 more yards down to the 22-yard line. Hart County has a man going after Spratlin, a man going after the quarterback, but we're beating them with the fullback. Billy Jones took a hit, Charles Spratlin took a hit, but Wells got 6 yards on a first down at the 21.
Well, Well, you know, anytime they take something away from you, it has to leave something else open, and you need to go with that situation. And Coach Jones, being the fine coach that he is going to run the fullback until they have to stop him. Then we'll go back to Spratlin.
First down, and Jones drops the snap. Let's see, it's rolling loose. And I believe Hart County has got the football. The ball came out at the exchange from center, and Hart County has it. Just left it laying on the ground as he tried to back out. Looked like he didn't get a good exchange and backed out too early. And Hart County picks it up with a first down at their own 24. So now the defense has to say they can hold their head up. And the offensive line comes off and they're disappointed. I think they felt that they were getting back in this thing, and all of a sudden they don't have the ball anymore. Stowers brings them out with an eye. They got 162 yards on the ground in the first half against us. And Stowers is going to take and give to a tailback. They back off, bounce off over in the backfield. Johnson's going to get 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 yards. Close to the 35-yard line.
There again, you just can't let these good athletes that Hart County has running the football break a seam and be able to get their head upfield and look for openings. You know, we're missing that initial tackle. You know, we're doing a good job penetrating Henry, but we're just not locking up and making that initial tackle.
They give him 9 yards on the plate. Looked like to me he got across the 35. They spotted it at the 33.5. It'll be second down and about 6 inches. Stowers sends a man wide to each side. Backs in an eye. He looks like an audible at the line. He gives it to the fullback, Donald, and he stuffed it in there. And they stuff him back, but I think he got first down yardage at the 35. That was Johnson. Where was that? 25. Perez Rucker, substitute fullback, and he got first down yardage.
Henry, being a former coach at Hart County, if you don't know one of their players' names, if you say Rucker or Stowers, you got a 50% chance probably.
I've known Ruckers from Hart County for 20, 25 years. There's about 17 or 18 families of them. They're all kin, and they keep producing fine athletes. Stowers is going to keep it himself on the corner, and he got the corner, and they drag him down as he comes up to the 45-yard line.
I'll tell you something that probably our community would be interested in. You know, it seems like the only thing you hear about high school athletics or kids that are potentially college recruits nowadays is negative stuff. You know, the good stuff goes on the back page and the negative stuff goes on the front page. But Spezio Stowers is one of the top athletes in this region. He's a great basketball player. He scored well above the minimum on his SAT and going to Georgia Tech. So, you know, there's some positive things about this region.
Second down and short, and they give it to the tailback Rucker, and Rucker's right behind the line, and they drag him down. Brad Bender's going to throw him for a 6 or 7 yard loss, and that time they just didn't let him get out. They come up on the corner like they didn't get done in the first half.
Well, as a good coaching staff will, I went down to the locker room simply to try to see what kind of adjustments we felt like we needed to make, and we made an adjustment there in our secondary on that play right there, and that's exactly the way it was drawn up on the board at halftime, and kids did a good job of executing that change, and we just need some points, Henry. We're going to shut them down offensively.
Third down now and about 8. Stowers sends men wide to both sides. His back's in a pro set. He's going to keep it himself coming down the line, trying to look for something going back the other way. And they miss him way back in the backfield. Now he's going to try to throw a pass, and Jamie York chased him down, and he threw it up for grabs, and a flag goes down. They've got linemen way downfield. That has got to be ineligible receivers down there. That was not designed to be a pass play, but Stowers was trapped and losing yardage, and he just decided to throw the ball.
Well, two things there. Number one, it shows you what kind of athlete Stowers is and what kind of threat he possesses. And number two, our kids were well coached, and they kept their containment. They kept the backside containment and did a good job of taking a potentially dangerous play and shutting it completely down.
They decline the penalty. It'll bring up a 4th down.
He is good.
And that is why Stowers, one thing is so good about him is he's never down until you actually lay him on the ground. He'll think of something to do, and he beats people with it. But that time we kept him from it. Bender goes back to receive A Hart County punt. The Dogs loading up on the line. Chris Holland, the linebacker, one of the men in the middle. Hester comes running across. Can't get to it. Short punt. Going to bounce back toward Hart County at the Bulldog 45. Let's see what the flag is. They did not hit the punter. Let's see what's going on.
Referee threw it.
The man in the backfield, the head official, threw the ball, threw the flag.
I think he made a preliminary signal there of illegal motion, illegal set.
I don't think
I would
Hart
decline
County,
it.
You know, you can't trust them to get off a bad punt every time, which you did that time. I don't think Hart County had enough men in the backfield. It's 7 on the line, 4 in the backfield, and they didn't have but 2 or 3 back there. They talk it over. Let's see. The Dogs will take it right where they are. 4:37 left in the third quarter of tonight's game. Illegal procedure against Hart County declined. Let's take a break and hear from Watkins, Welding, and Plumbing. Back with more. First down, Winder-Barrow at their own 46-yard line. They give the ball to Wells. Wells trying to break off the pack. He got 2 or 3 and couldn't get outside. He was like hanging on the edge of the pile. If he could have bounced off to the outside, he might have got something, but he couldn't quite get loose. He got 2 yards. Second down and about 8. Got to do something. He had some success with Wells before the fumble knocked us down. Now Jones is back to pass. He's got Rico Mack out in the flat and missed him wide. Tried to hit Rico about 6 or 7 yards down the field from his wingback spot, and it'll bring up a third down now and a long 8. And the official tries to adjust Darrell Wells' headgear. Hart County, veteran playoff ball club. They've been here before. They felt like last year they should have been the region champions, although Stevens upset them. Now they're back and going to go for it again, even though Stevens crushed them last week on the scoreboard, but not really on the field. Brad Lee in at fullback. Wells had to come out for an equipment adjustment. Jones back to pass, looking, getting chased, and now he's going to get smothered under back about the 40-yard line. Just couldn't get anybody open, and he couldn't get anything off, so he just ate it. Fourth down and long coming up, and Bender will come back on the punt. Go on the punt team. High snap over Bender's head, and he's running back about the 5. He's going to try to pick it up and kick it, and he gets the kick off, and the kick's going to bounce about midfield and be down there. Now Brad had to kick a 45-yard kick from where he kicked it on the run. They mark it dead on the 49-yard line of Winder-Barrow, but again, that snap over the head, you can't keep up an average. Net about a 9-yard punt.
Well, you know, that's a critical mistake, and we made that twice last week, and there again we've talked about the kicking game being an important part, and we hope to use that to our advantage tonight, and now the kicking game has put us in a hole again, and we're already 20-0 down, so we got something big has got to happen for our football team to get back in it.
Brad Benders, whose punts have been good all year, is just having to punt under too much pressure right now. Stowers going to take it, pitch it to Johnson on the corner, and Bender's going to come up and cut him down right at the line of scrimmage. You can see Brad Bender taking aim on him from way back downfield, and he just stayed with him and cut him down as they stretched it out, and Foskey kept him from cutting upfield. Defensively, the Dogs are trying to make a stand. They threw him for about a half-yard loss there. It'll be second down and 11. Offensively, they've got to do something to get back in this thing. And yes, they're going to have to throw it, and they're going to have to hit something. Second down and 10. Stowers has got one man wide to each side with his backs in an eye. He gives it to Donald, the fullback, and he's breaking tackles now as he crosses the 40 into Bulldog territory to the 38-yard line. They just didn't wrap him up and put him down, and he kept going. And Chris Savage comes up limping on that ankle, and he'll have to come out.
Well, you know, it's really great to see Chris Savage in there, not the fact that he's hurt, but that just shows what kind of heart that young man's got. You know, he probably shouldn't even be out there, and he's out there, and he's played hard, and he's had a great career, and I'm just glad that he got back into the football game after being injured.
And he comes over to the bench to get tended to. Stowers back to pass. They run by him. He's got a man open down the field, down inside the 20 to 15-yard line. He hit Fouch, a wing back, And they've got first down yardage, and we just gave them the ball too many times here again in the third quarter. It's getting late, minute 21.
I forgot this was public television.
First down for Hart County. Stowers keeps it himself, turns around, and gets slapped down by Spratlin as he crossed the 15 to about the 14-yard line. He'll pick up 3 or 4 on the play. They mark it at about the 12 or 13. It'll be 2nd and 7. Late here in the third quarter with 40 seconds left, and we stood them up for a while this quarter, but we didn't take control of it, and Hart County's a heartbeat away from putting it away from us. Stowers sends a wide slot to his left. Donald and Rucker. He's back to pass. And the flags go down as he's got a man in the end zone, complete for a touchdown, but a holding call coming up against Hart County. You could see it in the middle. And that's one thing that makes a coach go great, because the guy that was holding had little or no effect on the play because he was nowhere near in pursuit. But it'll bring back a touchdown and step it off against Hart County, and we'll take them.
There, you know, being the Bulldog fans, the Winder-Barrow Bulldog fans that we are, you know, just we've got that inner hope that just anything can spark our Bulldogs. And they just wiped 6 points off the board for Hart County. If we get a turnover, get a quick 6, you know, anything can happen. And hey, it's not over till it's over, and we've got to feel that way. And I know our football team does.
And these kids have had a great season. And you hate to see it end like this, but Hart County has just dominated us tonight. Stowers back to pass, and he's going to give it to Johnson on a draw, and Jamie York wraps him up and throws him to the turf. He's going to gain 3 or 4 yards, but York may have saved a great big run there.
Jamie York has been one of the many surprises we've had on our football team this year. He's just stepped forward and done an excellent job for us, and he's one of those returning players that we're counting on next year to come.
Final quarter of action. They're setting up the chains. Hart County comes out with a 3rd down and call it 18. The ball's on the 23. They got to get to the 5. Yes, that holding penalty helped a great deal. 20-0, Hart County leading the 4th quarter of tonight's game, brought to you by the City of Winder, who played such an important part in getting us on the air for this football game. Going to have it on across Buck to an end around. That's Vickery. He's breaking tackles inside the 10. Vickery's going to score. We missed him on about the 18 or 19-yard line, and just the athletic ability, danced around us, took it into the end zone, and it's 26-0. And they just hit us with another wrinkle. We hadn't seen it all night. It's just something else they can do, and that varied offense has been killing us. We stop one thing, and they come up with something else. And defensively, we tried to bow our backs and held them out, and then something goes wrong. 26-0. Bowers has tried to make it 27. And the kick is up, flags are down. The kick goes through. Let's check the penalties.
Probably a delay of game coming from where the flag did.
Both officials standing under the goalpost dropped their hankies at the same time. And I think it's going to be a call against Winder-Barrow from Hart County's reaction, which they'll probably decline.
There again, my speculation was totally wrong. Illegal
participation. Somebody didn't either had too many men out there, or somebody didn't. They put both hands up. So let's see. They talk it over with Hart County. The concept is you could go for 2 if they penalize them close, but Hart County's going to decline. 20 steps. Again, Bowers will kick it off, and they penalized us from the kickoff. And he's going to kick it deep, and Bush will take it over his head into the end zone. You expected a touchback. He kicked it off from our 45, and he got it in the end zone. That's probably the best kick he hit all night. Nobody could touch it. 1st and 10 for Winder-Barrow from their own 20-yard line in the 4th quarter. Jason Wiley will come out to quarterback the Dogs and try to get some offense going. Walter Hush will come in at tailback. They'll let Charles Spratlin rest a little bit. They've been gunning for him all night, and he's been playing on defense all night too. Wells and Hush in the backfield, Mack in the slot with Brookshire out this side, and they give the ball to Wells on a little counter play, and he gets 2 or 3, looking for some movement in the middle. Hart County with those big defensive linemen still in there who have dominated the line of scrimmage tonight. Oliver comes out, Brookshire comes in. It was Oliver that split instead of Brookshire on the last play. A lot of senior football players apparently playing their last game tonight, but they've given us a great season this year, one that's gotten the city of Winder more excited than anything I've known in a long time. Jason Wiley going to try to keep it himself, dragging a man with him as he comes up across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Tough running by the junior quarterback. Just trying to make something happen, and he did for a gain of 3 or 4 yards. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 3.5.
Well, you know, you don't want to give up until the end, and we'll be with the Bulldogs down to the last second, but it does look like our season's going to close. But whoever thought we'd come from 1-9 to this, Hendry?
Whoever thought that they could do it? When the seniors said during spring practice they were going to win the sub-region, they did it. He's trying to hit Wade Jackson, and Wade fell down, and I think Hart County has intercepted. They have on the 44-yard line. Jackson fell down trying to make his cut, and the ball came flying back where he would have been. He was open, breaking open as he cut across the middle about 10, 15 yards down. And when things go sour, they just go sour, and they just couldn't make the pass completion. 1st down, Hart County, and now they're in a position to try to really run it up. New quarterback in the ball game. Nelson Hunt, I think. Let's see. Hands it off to a man trying to get outside, and they're going to drag him down behind the line of scrimmage. That's one of the Ruckers. It's Sonny Spurlock in the quarterback for 14. Now Bobby Payton is not going to run up the score on him. He's a class act, a class coach, and he's going to let some of his kids play. And they wanted another shot at Stevens County, and depending on that gainful Stevens County outcome, they'll get it.
I heard 15-0 at the half. Did you hear that score, Hendry?
I did not hear a halftime score at all.
15-0, Stevens County.
Spurlock going to go back to pass. He's being chased. Rico Max tries to hit him. He throws it off Vickery's hands out of bounds. Incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd and long. Winder-Barrow with a 9-1 record. Just didn't quite have it together for tonight's ball game. Hart County was able to dominate. The Dogs have got nothing to be ashamed of. They came through a long season. They won the championship they said they were going to win when the season started. They got to this playoff game, first time since '85. Breaks tackles, going down the field, got some running room across the 30, still going inside the 30 to 29-yard line. And again, we just didn't get him wrapped up. We over-pursued him a little bit, and Spurlock going to get 1st down yardage to the 30. And Hart County just driving it on down. Chris Savage on the bench with ice on that ankle. And he injured again at North Hall and missed 1 week. They didn't think he'd play again, but he came back because he wanted to play. Handed off to a back crashing up the middle for 4 or 5 yards. Alan Jones, the ball carrier. Hart County begins to clear off some of the players off their bench.
Hendry, as the clock winds down here on this season, you know, I think if we can, let's try to call every senior's name that we can on our roster and say a special thank you to that group, because they set a goal and they achieved it and come up short on a region championship, but whoever thought we'd be here.
Spurlock keeps it himself, looking for room. He pitches to Rucker at the last minute. Rucker almost gets the seam inside the 20 to the 18. Chuck Cook makes the stop.
Some of the seniors that playing supposedly, probably their last game is number 7 wide receiver flanker Wade Jackson. We've said a lot about the year Chris Savage has had, and and he's one of our seniors. And go on down the list, and we have number 19, Kevin Oliver, split ends, done a good job for us. And Brad Bender.
Spurlock gives to a fullback trying to dive in the middle. Nothing doing there.
And as Brad Bender comes off, you know, he's had a great year. Punting, defensive back. Andy Brookshire moved to wide receiver and had a great year. And
Kevin Oliver, another one of the split
Kevin
ends.
Oliver, I did mention him earlier.
I didn't hear you mention Kevin. I was watching Bender come off the field, but Spurlock keeps it himself, and now he's going to try to cut back in. And Rico Mack grabs him, and they'll throw him for about a yard or two loss, along with David Baggett. That's two more of the seniors. And Davis comes up off the bottom of the pile. Another great football season, and they have nothing to be ashamed of, even as Hart County comes out with a 27-0 lead at 7:09. Spurlock dropped the ball and falls on it.
You know,
got a lucky bounce.
Moving on down the list here, our three offensive linemen, Tim Sarles, Scott Smith, and Scott Adamson. You know, we've talked a little bit earlier about Scott Adamson coming back from injury and getting to play in this football game. And David Baggett's had a great year with our defense. On down the list.
To attempt an apparent field goal here. Let's see, and the Dogs got about 9 men out there. They don't have enough. There's the snap, and Bowers is going to stick it up, and he stuck it in the Bulldogs' face, and they're trying to pick it up, and now they fall on it like about the 26 or 27, about the 30-yard line. No kick, didn't get it up in the air, and the Dogs take over.
Continuing down the list here very quickly, Rick Richter played some on our defensive line, and Nick Davis had an outstanding career. I believe did he set the record for quarterback sacks, or he's near it?
I'm not sure if he got it, but he's near it. But he was out there anchoring that defensive line, and he did the play and it made it possible for the linebackers to make the tackles. Again, the receiver falls down. Brookshire fell down this time as Wiley tries to hit him in the flat. There's a spot out there. That's the same spot Wade Jackson fell down on earlier.
Continuing down on the list here, let's make sure we get everybody. Brett Dixon's had an outstanding year blocking, caught some key.
In a ball game this year. Not sure we ever saw him play. Just some of the seniors on the list. Back to pass is Wiley. He's not going to get it off. Trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, didn't make it. Rico Mack is retended receiver, only one deep, couldn't get to him.
And Rico's had an outstanding career. And we talked about him a little bit earlier about, you know, probably continuing his career somewhere at a small college. Rico's just an outstanding young man, and, you know, I'm very proud of him and his accomplishments.
Third down and about 12 for the Dogs from their own 27. Wiley back to pass under pressure. They're just teeing off and coming after him, and they're going to get him. And they're going to throw him down way back now inside the 20. They're not worrying about covering deep. They're just coming after him. They know we got to throw it to get anything out of it, and we can't get the passes off. Clock rolling at 5:18, 5:17, and Overstreet may have to kick it. He is, because Bender's on the sideline holding his hip.
Allen's very capable of punting the football, and he can get us out of a hole here. And Spratlin's coming in, going.
He's got to take the spot Overstreet usually has as the blocking back. Overstreet will get the snap, we hope, back inside the 5. He got it, and he gets kicked off the side of his foot, coming down, going to hit about the 45 and get a Bulldog bounce into Hart County territory and be down at about the 47-yard line. First down for Hart County on their own 47. As Spurlock hands it to a reserve back, and they ride him down back inside their line of scrimmage, behind the line of scrimmage for a loss. It's been a good year. Winder-Barrow did not finish. Regina Power, Janet Morris, Karen Guerin, Phyllis Skinner, Judy Cook. They gave up their husbands for 11 or 12 weeks this year. Spurlock pitches it at the last second to a running back behind him, gets back up to the original line of scrimmage, not much. Ladies, we appreciate it. Of course, y'all probably appreciated us being out of the house on Friday night, but
Well, my wife is used to it, but I tell you, you know, coming from me as a coach up and coming basketball season, getting out of the house a little more.
A lot more.
Probably glad to get rid of it.
Burlock going to keep it himself, try to come back the other way, and they wrap him up and throw him down. Big difference in the quarterbacking. Looks Suggs back deep to receive a punt, I think. I can't read the numbers from right now. Hart
That's
County.
Jeff Maddox.
Jeff Maddox back there. He fair caught one in the Shiloh game. He's back there now, and he won't touch this one as it bounces and rolls down dead to about the 30-yard line as Hart County just piles on it, trying to say Winder-Barrow touched it. The official calls it dead. Winder-Barrow have it 1st and 10 at the 30. And I tell you what, Hart County, they're powerful.
Just an inspiration to watch him play.
Philly Jones in it, quarterback. He's got one man wide out to his left in the slot. He's got Hush at tailback. Jones looking for something to throw, and now he's going to have to eat it, and they'll throw him down behind the line. There's just nobody open. We don't have the speed Hart County does, and they're keeping us covered, and they're not giving Philly time to set and look for secondary. Under 2 minutes, a minute. Knighton will be back. Wills will be back. Jones and Wiley will be back. We're not without some returners. They throw it out in the flat to Rico Mack. He tries to break a tackle and can't, and they snow him under. And now they throw Hart County a flag because they won't let up when the whistle blows. And you can't really blame Hart County. They got away with that in the whole ball game, but this time they called them. Penalty moves the ball up to near the 39-yard line. It'll be 2nd down in inches. As Philly Jones sets them up, moves a man, flopping them around, looking for something when the dogs move. And they don't call it. Yeah, they call it. He's got Maddox streaking down the sideline. Jeff Maddox catches the ball and down inside the 30 to about the 29, but the dogs are in motion. They'll bring it back.
It seems like when things aren't going your way, everything goes wrong. And, you know, even though it wouldn't mean victory, it'd be
In football. Jones back to pass after the penalty. It's 2nd down and about 8. He's looking for Maddox and almost intercepted. Incomplete pass will stop the clock at 25 seconds. And Hart County has a bunch of reserves out there, and Philly Jones will try to get off at least one more pass to try to do something. Perez Griffith streaking down the sideline and just can't quite make it. 4 seconds left.
down to the last play here, and I just would like to say this to our supporters and our community. You know these young men, and if you see them in town or whatever, you know, pat them on the back, tell them what a great year they had, and how proud that we are of them, and especially the underclassmen that you're looking forward to next season, and hopefully they can continue this winning tradition.
Jones back for the last play of the season for Winder-Barrow. He's going to get chased, run out of the pocket, gets a block behind him, throwing the ball downfield, incomplete. Flag goes down. Let's see, the game's not over yet. If that's a defensive penalty, the game's not over yet. They threw a flag on the last play. Time has expired. And you know, 28 years ago tonight, that 1960 championship team went to a playoff game against North Habersham, and they got beat 27-0.
Well, that is definitely something that Al Miller will write about, and that'll go down in
Another jinx to break, the November 18th jinx.
The November 18th, 27-0 jinx. But I tell you what, Coach Jones will be glad to have an opportunity to break that jinx in a year, because when you're playing on November the 18th, that means that you've had a great year.
Yes.
So, you know, we'll take all the November 18th games we can get.
Pass interference against Hart County will give Winder-Barrow one more shot at it from the Hart County 39.5. No time left on the clock. So when this play ends, so does the game. We want to thank everybody who's contributed, and we'll be back after the play. Looking for Maddox down the sideline. Just Maddox has it and out of bounds at the 11, and the game ends right there. Hart County 27, Winder-Barrow 0. Let's go down on the field to Bruce and Ronnie after these commercial breaks.